Jealous motherfuckers. See, when you're on top, motherfuckers just wanna bring you down. Motherfuckers wanna bring you down. 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 Bring down. Jealous motherfucker. I give a fuck about a hater. Avoid him with the gator. Yellow nigga, but you're not on my rap radar. You can ask Elliot, they delicate. Can't differentiate subject from predicate. I'm unfuckwittable. You better all celibate. These fools don't want no beef. G, me, I relish it. Promise you can't do nothing nowadays. They'll tell us shit. Why you minding my business? Let yours irrelevant. Weak motherfuckers running around here front. Know a little of everything about nothing. They know who drive what, whose booty is fake, whose titties is real, who her and her used to date, who's behind on their house, who's leaving their spouse. They know the terms on the divorce and alimony amount. Who pops what pill, who's lacing they weed. You weak ass might as well work for TMZ. Weak motherfuckers wanna bring you down. Bring you down. Motherfuckers wanna bring you down. Bring you down. Motherfuckers wanna bring you down. Bring you down. Motherfuckers wanna bring you down. Jealous motherfuckers. Yeah. Old goof ass niggas. VIP stalking old groupie ass niggas. Online shopping fake Gucci ass niggas. They got the nerve to stunt fake bougie ass niggas. Wanna bring you down, don't wanna do your work, but wanna wear your crown. Think they deserve your house, deserve to drive your cars, like they survived your scars and help you write your bars. They ain't take your risk, but want what's on your wrist. Never felt your pain, but wanna wear your chain. They wanna reap your harvest without enduring the rain. Can't see a nigga sacrifice, they blinded by fame. They don't feel your stress, oblivious to the struggle. Can't see the forest for the trees, oblivious to the jungle. We survived in the belly, the beast damn near swallowed us. So fuck you and your bitch ass followers, you weak motherfuckers. Wanna bring you down, fuckers.
Woo, how y'all doing? Man, I ain't been this hype in so long. How you doing, Queen? Good morning. Woo.
Morning.
Woo. I had an interview yesterday, so the title of today's show is The Beat 139, interview with Israel Doctrine about WH2TB 2000. It's all for them. I want to ask what that title stood for or whatever, but I did tell them it was about what happened to that boy that her son Camel said he took a picture of the murder. But it's deeper than that, because everybody want to say, well, he ain't got nothing to do with this. He ain't got nothing to do with that. You a lie and your marriage a lie, because they reached past the internet and touched me. So how in the hell I don't have anything to do with it? They reached past the internet because it was internet banter is what they call it. If it was that, they would have never reached past the internet and touched me. Had me up in court, running all up and down the highway and doing stuff. Thank you, Layla Wills, for being a dumbass bride and doing what it took to get me involved in it. Because I was already involved in it, but you wanted to act like you wanted to act out of it and put me right in the midst of it. Dumb bride. But hey, how you doing today, sister? Let's do this if you want to talk about it.
I'm all right. I can't really talk about something that I haven't seen. I didn't see it yesterday, so.
Well, you involved in it also. Though Africa Bambaataa don't like women and never date rape cheat. You involved in it.
How I'm involved?
Khalil Money stalking you and talking about you daily, where you talking back to him, and it's a back and forth between you and Khalil Money. But they would say, "Dog, you don't have shit to do with it." But he started attacking you and stuff because you sit over here with me. And everyone in this group or crew started attacking you too. Yes or no?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we talking about. We talking about what didn't happen because people still act like you ain't gotta believe me. The action of these people speak for itself. It truly does. It speaks for itself. If it was just a joke, then why did physical things manifest and start happening to me because of a joke? Have y'all told a joke or somebody told a joke and all of a sudden you got YouTubers following up behind your every move, talking behind your every talking point, your every this, that. Well, it's a fair exchange. Ain't no fair exchange. Nigga, I ain't said nothing to you. I might have said your name, but that
That nigga just trying to use a reason and excuse to keep trying to talk to me. But that shit ain't gonna work.
a fair exchange. Ain't no fair exchange. I'm over here talking
You
about
right, because I thought a fair exchange was two people agreeing with a situation together. That's not a fair exchange when I'm telling you to leave me the fuck alone. So you right. He's casting spells.
he had an opportunity last night. He came over there. They said, Khalil, come up here. I didn't want to come up.
He just want to talk shit in the chat and write and shit.
The nightmare of my life is up there on your panel. I will not come up there as long as y'all got my nightmare up there. Shit, I'm trying to retire and start
But
my
you know what's the weird part about what you just said? You supposed to be his biggest nightmare. And that goes back to what I was saying about me. But he the first person on the front row seat there to watch it though. Hmm. Y'all
listen.
keep letting Khalil think that shit, man. And
He showed up. They said, Khalil, come up here. And nigga said, I'm not coming up there.
but he rather sit in the fucking audience though. He
I'm, a,
might as well his shit.
I'm afraid of Israel doctrine. That nigga is not dumb to what we done did in these YouTube streets, in the real streets, in Chicago, in New York, in LA, in the big cities. Go ahead, sister.
I wasn't saying nothing. There's none of the shit you saying is surprising.
So let's start so you can hear some of it.
Same shit,
Okay, that's what I'm
different
talking
day.
about. Okay.
You know, we do what we do.
All right, so we got a big interview. This brother reached out and he said he got a story to tell, and we're gonna start the show. So I'm Don Vito, voice for the peoples.
Doc, shake the block. Y'all know what it is.
All right. And we got my man Israel Doctrine. He's about to come on. What's up, Israel? How you, brother?
Pretty something good.
How's everything, brother?
Life is good, man. I can't complain. I'm above burnt.
You know the B139, we all about the stories, right? So tell everybody where you from and how you grew up, where you from, stuff like that.
Well, I was created in Parkin, Arkansas, and I was born in Chicago, Illinois. Spent a couple of years in Chicago, Illinois. My mother brought me back to Arkansas. Went back to Chicago, Arkansas, back and forth all my life. So that's the simple backstory of Carl Albert Davis. I was created in Parkin, Arkansas, where I'm at right now. My mama took me to Chicago, Illinois to dump me off. The doctor said the baby's too far gone. You can't get rid of it. You gotta have it.
Oh my God, really is real.
So many months later, they cut her open. She looked like a watermelon. My aunties took care of her.
It's real.
Sister, why you yelling and screaming? What's the problem? This is my life story. What the fuck? You
But
gotta see
I'm just wait a minute, is that you talking right now or is that the video thing?
talking right now.
Oh, my apologies. I thought you was playing the video thing. Okay.
No, I mean I didn't go this explicit last night, but it's simple. It can be that explicit.
Oh, that's what I thought you was just that's what I thought that was the video when you was going that deep. That's why I was like, Israel, what the
which is it.
Oh,
My mother and father had sex in Arkansas. I was created in Arkansas. My mother went to Chicago to dump me out. The doctor said this baby too full grown, you gotta have it. So many months later, they cut her stomach open, and she was open like a watermelon. She had me, and she was suffering after she had me because they cut her open. That was her first C-section, which they like to do to black women, mess black women tan lines and blah blah blah. After that, my aunties took care of me. Then she brought me back to Parker. I mean, it's my life story. People saying, but you ain't got nothing to do with the Bambaataa stuff. When they reached past the internet to touch me and hit me with a strategic lawsuit against public participation because I was participating in the Bambaataa story. I rewrote the whole narrative of the Bambaataa story. And nobody in the world can deny the narrative that I created and wrote is the correct narrative. Nobody can defeat it. Khalil Money wanted to take it for himself, but he can't take what's mine. Nobody can take what's mine. Mine is mine. The love and the hate. But we're going to play the video again.
Khalil was just trying to manipulate the situation.
All right, so you repping Arkansas, you repping Chicago.
I'm repping Middle America. I'm repping Middle America from Minnesota all to New Orleans. It's the man in the middle. Yeah, I ain't never heard that name. They never talked.
Hell no. I ain't never heard no shit like that. Mm-mm.
You'll see it from Minnesota to New Orleans. It's the man in the mirror. United States map. So let's look at an image. You ain't never heard it. You ain't never see it. Let me show you today. Okay, let me see what I'm okay. United States map. Ooh. So let's which map? Pick a good map. See the man, Minnesota to Louisiana. That's a man. You see?
Oh hell no! I gotta put my glass. I see it, but I gotta put my glasses on. Go ahead.
Well, I know the audience see it. That's the man in the middle of the state. That's what I represent. The Mid-South and the Midwest. Minnesota, Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, St. Louis. Hat and face, boots. Just teach y'all a little something. I did learn a little something in school.
Well, dang, Israel, you took it down right when but that's all right. I'll go back and look at it later.
Well, you know me, I'm kind of insane. I be doing stuff. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing or why I'm doing it, but forgive me. So we're going to keep listening. It's going to get interesting and more interesting.
Say that again.
Man from Minnesota to New Orleans.
Okay, cool. Okay. So, at what age did you leave Chicago and go to Arkansas?
I was sent to Arkansas when I was 10 years old.
Okay.
Then
Arkansas.
it's every summer, every winter back and forth.
I don't know much about Arkansas, but is it anywhere near Little Rock?
Nah, 30 miles out of Memphis. Because I'm in northeast Arkansas. Little Rock is the middle of the state. Then you got western Arkansas. So I'm eastern. Right by the Mississippi River. 30 miles away from Memphis. 30 minutes if you're driving like 80, 85, you can get to Memphis less than 30 minutes. Depending on traffic and stuff.
Okay, I got you.
20 miles from Memphis.
All right, so coming from Chi-Town, which is a city, going to Arkansas, which is like a rural, suburban type of area, how did you feel as a 10-year-old kid?
Well, I ain't feeling about it. It was home to me. Because you're young, you don't know the between north, south, big city, rural town. I knew no difference. I had friends down here, therefore it was good.
All right, so was there like any gangs and stuff like that in your area? Because I know Little Rock got a lot of gangs.
Eventually, the GDs came here. But before then, it was no gangs. Big family. Now, see, the GDs did make it because people from Chicago that was kinsmen to people in the South brought the lit down here and gave it to them. Me, I was born in Chicago in the building that was a GD building, 534 West Division, Cabrini Greens Project. It wasn't new to me. Gang banging wasn't new to me, or family gang banging wasn't new to me. Especially at 10 years old when I came down here, families is all I had to fight. Every family got bad people in them that think they bad and they like to fight. And somehow, some way, I always ran into them people. They come out the house, hit me in the mouth, and I'm like, what's going on? Piss on me. I'm like, what's going on? And I had to fight these individuals. And I hit one of them, and next thing I know, I got a whole family over there that I got to fight. I ain't know y'all was family. Damn. That's your cuz? Shit, we got to fight me. But I'm telling my story. I'm not talking about them because this is my life story. Women's down there at 11, 12, 13 children, so a family is together.
Yeah, it's about family more so in the South. That's the thing why the South always been a good thing, but now it's getting corrupted with the gangs. Like you said, they came over there later on, the GDs. So
Yeah.
that's
And the
not
Bloods too.
yeah,
Too.
down there.
Well, y'all in a little rock. Yeah.
Who in Little Rock?
Banging and look rock.
Oh
The
yeah, yeah, yeah.
documentary back in the day.
All right, so what did you do down there as a young kid? You got into sports. You got into music. You played. I mean, what did you
I
do?
was a hell raiser. I was a hell raiser. I did anything I thought I could do. If I believed I could do it, nobody could tell me I could.
Okay, so let's get into.
Which is this is a consistent story. Every time I tell the story, I tell the same thing. No matter what they do, the putting the hickey on my niece came up because Leak You them was over there, and they didn't infect it. The YouTube community, everybody and their mama know about who I am. They just afraid of me when I get to talking because they can't debunk what I'm saying. And you will see that the further we go into the interview.
To your story. So you say you got a documentary out. Let's tell the viewers what your documentary is about.
My documentary is called What Happened to Everyone, 2015. Because in 2013, someone y'all had here, Khalil Lamont and DJ KJ Clay put out information that unbothered Big Rick, the young Hispanic boy. I got involved in the whole life from that day to this day. So you see what I said? I got involved. I interviewed her son, Campbell. And since that day, my whole life didn't change. 2017 to the day, I have had people on my tail for trying to help a young Hispanic boy that her son Campbell say he took a picture to kill. But everybody wants to jump on me and attack me and do all the things that they doing against me because lying ass Leak You and LeVar and all the other lying ass people that run with Khalil Money. And it's a shame. I play audio of her son saying I took a picture to murder the boy, and people want to focus in on me. Like, I don't get it. I've been stalked for 8 years now.
You've been what for 8 years?
Stalked by Khalil Money. See, my accent messing them up. They like, what the hell is he saying? Stalk. Stalker. Stalker. Did I spell it right? Huh?
Yep. Yep.
I'm trying to hear you said stalk.
Stalk. Yeah, gang stalk. By Khalil Money.
Oh, stalk. Oh, Khalil been stalking.
Khalil White.
See, not Khalil White. When did I ever say Khalil White? See, they can barely hear me. I don't know what's going on over there and why these problems coming up. But I said Khalil Money been stalking me. Now I know my accent throw people off, but stalking is stalking. You understand what I'm saying when I say stalking, right?
Yeah, but your stalking sound like the same way you say milk. So I can kind of understand why they misunderstood what you said.
Okay, if you say it sounds like my milk, I understand it now. I understand it because the milk thing is understood. I didn't have to deal with that a good majority of my life.
Why he been stalking you? Why he been stalking you?
Because I brought him out to correct the story that was out there because people said it started in 2016. Tour started saying he was the first person to bring it out, but Khalil Money is the first person to bring it out by word of DJK Straight. See the clarity there, though? 2013 is when it all started. It started with Khalil Money and DJ K Slate. But Tour Star Terrain was kicking that he's the one that started it in 2016. Go look up anything on Bambaataa about any of that stuff, and it's going to say Hassan Camel and Ron Savage started it in 2016. That's a 3-year difference. Somebody lying. In the public news. How you doing, Kathy? In the public news, there's contradictory statements in the news, which makes it false news. The thing Donald Trump been talking about forever. The thing that the Pope said was satanic before he up and died on Easter Sunday morning and all the rest of the stuff. But they street dudes. They don't know what's going on. Though they tied to the streets, they don't know what's going on in the streets. That's why I call these the youth.
Because then nobody even know. I don't want to get off into that topic, but people don't be knowing what's be going on. Because what's crazy is, it was mind blowing that when the Pope died, a whole lot of people didn't even know he was dead, and I couldn't believe that. A whole lot of people did not know that man was dead, even days after the fact.
Well, a lot of people don't listen to the news because I don't listen to the news.
No, this is people that watch the news. My mama didn't know Israel. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I said that shit to her as if I was like having a conversation, like as if she already knew, and she freaked out on the phone and was like, "The Pope is dead." I was like, "Mama,
Well,
you watch the news, so how the hell?" I mean, a lot of these people that watch the news, her and a couple of other people that I know, didn't even know it. I'm like, "How the hell y'all didn't know that?" And y'all watch the news.
I got a quick question because everybody are not Roman Catholics. They don't give a fuck about the Pope. So they may have heard it and it never penetrated their thoughts.
That may be true because they're always talking about the old popes and how they died. That's probably what they got confused. And honestly, the one I seen that's supposed to die is not the Pope. That's not the Pope. Unless he have the one I've seen.
That's the replacement of Pope. There's still another Pope out there. One Pope died, but there's been 2.
Okay, see, I didn't know that because I'm like, that's not the same dang on Pope. That's why when I seen him, I was like, something ain't right with this man. That's not the same Pope I've been seeing.
One was
But
named, his name was Benedict, he stepped down because they had him on child trafficking and stuff. That's where that broad Marcy Hamilton come in. Because the Roman Catholic Church was trying to cover up their pedophilia. And what's his name? Farrakhan came out speaking against the Pope, this and that. But the FOI was right there in the room with Africa Bambaataa after he got stabbed by Daybreak and that boy. A lot of people don't know that because all that information is 2013 and they erased it with 2016. That's why, if, like Dave Wedge asks, why are these guys coming out now? When you answer the question, it's to cover up the boy that her son took a picture of the murder that don't nobody care about. They want to hear about me, and I gave my niece a hickey, but then they said I fucked my niece. Now, who would come out here on YouTube and say they fucked their niece? Even if I did, I wouldn't come out here and say it. I'm not no damn fool. So you see what they done did? They done caused confusion. And people want to hear more about me, aka supposed to sleep with my niece, than her son taking a picture to murder. But like I said, Layla Will's the first to do that.
That was a good excuse to project off of what happened to that boy. That's all the hell that was.
If you want me to show it, I don't care if you do or don't. I just asked it to
See what?
conversation. It's all good. I'm sure it's sister. You ain't got to ask the question. They were on their thing. I'm gonna show it because y'all need it as a point of reference for the lies that they've been kicking and stuff out here about Carl Howard Davis, Israel Doctrine. You just out of all the Zulus, outside of Zulus, will never know how real this shit is. 22 years I've been doing heard rumors here and there to find out almost 3 years ago it was all true and far worse than we imagined. These guys should join Zulu warriors and do security for Bam. If they feel so strongly, might as well, what's that? ALIGE and themselves with the rest of the inhabitants. So you see this, are they supporting a pedophile? That's me, that's Kevin Gills. Are they supporting pedophiles? Indeed they are. Now, this Layla Wills lying ass trying to say we support pedophiles, and she's still supporting her son Cameron Savage and the Zulu Nation to this very day because she done tied her dumb ass to these people. So this the first person tried to say me and pedophilia. This is before her son and I received a video of that man getting his wings sucked by that young girl in Atlanta or wherever that picture come from, that video come from. Layla Wills saying that me and Kevin Gillespie are supporting pedophiles. But see, that's before I even said anything to her. I told her son took the picture to murder the boy, this and that, and I was effing her son up, and that was her way of saying I got to get this boy ass off her son. If not, my documentary ain't gonna be shit, and it wasn't shit at that point. See, Kathy knows she been around as long as this been going on. We got to clear Bam's name. Her son Camel said to Sadnetta. And they been trying to find the name.
Her son said that.
He said it to Sadnetta.
That's interesting. Why would y'all need to clear someone's name if they wasn't guilty. See, you gotta listen to the way they talk.
You gotta listen to what they saying when they talk.
Yeah, because why do you have to clear someone's name unless they're guilty?
Because
And then why is you of all the people trying to help clear his name when you claim you was a victim, you was victimized towards him? Like I don't I do, because again, like I said, everybody does take that shit differently. So I try to give, Hassan the benefit of the doubt because that is true, man. Victims take it differently, man.
but
So
see what happened is Hassan Camel took the bag. He asked three things of Bambaataa: to step down from the Zulu Nation, get BEO a headstone, and something else. And Bambaataa didn't do it. That's why he came out in public and starts talking about Bam and stuff. You hear what I'm saying?
yes, I hear what you're saying. Israel, in about 10, 15 more minutes. I'm gonna have to walk away from this. Now you can keep going when I'm done, because I have to do something.
I understand. It's all
Okay. I'm just saying you can keep going because it ain't gonna take long, but I literally have to walk away from here in about 15, 20 minutes. So that's all I was letting you know. Go ahead.
what you're saying. I'm finna go to the video now. This is a video I made a long time ago. This how bad I was killing her son, to the fact that Khalil Money went join her son, Layla Wheels, Troy Star Terrain, K Slay, and all the other people that was covering the shit up because he didn't know how serious I was. And once he seen how serious I was, he said, I'm getting the fuck away from this guy. I'd rather go with the money team because they are the money team.
When it was time for you to be stand up and stand up for like a general, when it was time to stand up and say, you know what, this ain't right. You ain't.
Yeah. Let's see cause see, this was me first playing with this. Camel said me, Mickey Benson, Mickey, and Ahmed was on the phone with Star, trying to get Star to take my video down.
You ain't stand up and say this ain't right. What you did was you stood
The Star in the Morning fiasco with Hassan K.
back. But here's the thing.
He also acknowledged he wanted to protect the Zulu Nation as well as his own job as a Zulu warrior security guard.
If you've been a stand-up person your whole life, this is your moment in time where you fucked up. Everybody's saying that they don't cover up. Me, Mickey is on Ice-T's manager. Me, Mickey, and Ahmed was on the phone calling Star. I never spoke to Star. I was just on the background with the phone mute. They was trying to get Star to take my video down. Star wasn't going to take it down. Moving right along, right after that, all right, we desperate now. We got to clear Bam name.
When Savage story went public, Camel said his 2000.
So it sound like Star was being messy too, because why the hell he didn't want to take it down? That would be my question.
Well, number one, her son was a bitch. He never talked to Star. He said I was on the phone with Mickey Benson, and the man was trying to get the video down. Star got a problem with the Zulu Nation. You bitch ass niggas, get the fuck off my phone. Ask me to take some video down.
My thing is they got all this intelligence. Supposedly, Hassan. Yes, I'm gonna have to say this. And you was making all this money and you telling me you don't know how to simply get one damn video down. Y'all don't know how to flag it down. Y'all supposed to be so big you could not get a group of people, even if you didn't know how to do it. You couldn't get a group of people to flag Star down.
Star came over here and flagged down my video talking to the FBI, telling them her son was threatening to kill people and stuff.
But do you understand what I just said, though? Do you understand why I made that statement? That's all.
Do you not see the parallel? We saying the same damn thing. Meaning I heard what you said, and I said the same thing you said, just another story to show that a person can get a video down if they want to get a video down. Do you not understand I just did that?
No, because then it wasn't making sense to me, but go ahead. I didn't know that.
Well, you said her son could have got the video down. Then anybody could have got the video down. And I was saying how Star came over here and flagged my video while I was talking to the FBI. Had nothing to do with him, but he didn't like the video. He came over
Okay,
here.
now I see what you was getting around to. Cause yeah. That's the same thing. My point is, instead of doing all that fighting and stuff, and he's supposed to have so many people behind him supporting him. They could have got the damn video down. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, go ahead.
I never spoke to Star. I was just on the background with the phone muted. They was trying to get Star to take my video down, recall Campbell. Now,
Oh, okay, Kathy Williams. I'm seeing her comment. She said he wasn't a big YouTuber then. And you know what? I understand that. I can understand that. And that's where everybody get it confused, that it don't take you to be a big YouTuber. It don't take you to even have a lot of people. Honestly, one person can, as y'all can tell, one person can tear down a whole fucking damn channel.
once again,
But they just never sat down and read the guidelines and figured out how to do it. That's all I'm saying. They doing all this other stuff, but he's not trying to figure out how to get something that he wanted down that was so important to him. He never even once tried to look in the guidelines. You see what I'm saying? That's all I was saying.
that's once again, people. Star, a man, not even an organization. Star, he got an organization and stuff. Flag my video. This should be understood and not talked about anymore. Please don't get stuck on a topic and miss all the rest of the fucking information that's gonna come up.
No, we hear you. We just talking. I'm talking. I'm not trying to take. I'm not trying to. Can I talk? Can I talk real quick?
That it's frustrating me. Stop frustrating me, please. That's all I'm asking. I'm not trying to frustrate you. I'm trying to get this information to you. If you understand that, you wouldn't frustrate the information and cause a problem.
Israel.
I love Kathy, but truly fuck Kathy right now. The same way I'm looking at you. Fuck what you talking about. Can I get the
We
information?
talking about the same thing you talking about. That's why it don't even make sense of what you saying.
Can I get the information out? Yes or no?
What?
Can I get this information out? Yes or no?
Yes. Go ahead. Nobody trying to stop you.
Y'all not trying to cover it up. Y'all asking me over the phone to make a video stating that this was just a joke.
Remember Layla Wills said that? Layla Wills said this is just a joke. She's running her son Camel playbook. The playbook been out there, and they've been running the playbook on y'all, but y'all never heard it. You know why? Because Sinetta took this video down. I preserved the video. I preserved the information. A couple channels put this video up, but I preserved it. See the Israel Doctrine emblem over there on the right at the bottom? Because I was doing my research.
Because we just wanted to test the people and see how far they would go with gossip. And we writing a book on gossiping. So now what y'all did was, right, you asked me to discredit myself and make me look like a liar for a pedophile. But then you turn around when shit hit the fan with Bam, and then turn around and say, well, I'm calling for the death, or y'all basically calling for the head of the radio jockey and the accusers that's trying to take down the nation.
So Pepsi.
My thing is, why is Shanetta just sitting there and not saying, I be paying now. I'm telling you, I be paying attention to everything now. I don't know. It's something like the window to my soul didn't open up around here lately. He's sitting there and ain't saying a damn thing. He even put his head down, almost as if I'm here, but I'm not going with this. I'm going with it, but I'm not.
Pepsi Ember, who was the head of the Zulu foreign places and stuff. They in 607 countries. Pepsi was over all that. She was into getting the money from the United States government. Pepsi dead and gone. That's why Ron Savage came out with Bam when he came out, because Pepsi had died weeks or months before that.
Mm.
And that's when Ron Savage popped up with Bambaataa. But see, if you're not dealing with this, you don't know or recognize things. I'm knee deep in this shit. I know exactly what's going on when it's going on and why it's going on. Yeah, I don't know why Ron Savage came out. Because Ron Savage's life was in danger. Because out of anybody in this world, Ron Savage made a video asking what happened to that boy, giving me more power in my position and giving me more power to make my documentary, asking what happened to the boy.
That part may be true, but I think Ron might have hung himself because he probably was just trolling when he did that shit.
Sister, at the end of the day, Ron Savage, we had his life was in danger because he strengthened me.
I'm not taking that from Israel. You always think I'm trying to argue with you, but I'm not.
What we
I'm
talking
not.
about? Listen, damn, I can't even, what are we talking about then? I mentioned Ron Savage, you brought that up. Why?
Because it had something to do with what you talking about.
And so then my response back was the man's life was in danger. I don't give a fuck who says what. He empowered me. I'm the most
I'm not, and that's what I was trying to say. I'm not taking that from him and saying that his life was never in danger. That's all I was saying. I'm not never saying that because I said myself I believe his life was in danger at some point. So I'm not never this. You think I'm disputing your words when I'm just saying.
I'm just you saying what you saying.
I'm just gonna go on mute and listen.
Our only problem is when I say something and you say something that's totally opposite to what I'm saying, you saying fuck what I said in my mind.
I didn't, but see, that's the thing. You're hearing what you want to hear because I'm not saying anything that's in opposite of what you're saying.
You fucking just listen. Stop fucking talking back. Just fucking listen. And then you can respond after I get through speaking. We speaking over each other. The crowd can't even hear this shit. I'm not trying to confuse them or you or nobody. I'm trying to give information out without fucking stumbling blocks in it. And you keep throwing stumbling blocks. I don't mind them, but they still need to be did in a proper way so the people can hear them. I think you not conscious of it.
Well, I know what the hell I'm doing. I'm gonna watch. No, I'm gonna watch you from the clouds.
All right, you do what you got to do.
A couple of weeks ago, after the Ron Savage stuff, after all this stuff came back up. Now, you already know me as a son to you. As a son to the nation, as a son to some of the members of the Black Spades, not all of them, because I don't know all of them, but some of them, and you call for the death of all of us?
So Camel said he called Bambaataa after receiving the threats, told him he felt unsafe and wanted him to provide security. Day Wedge 10, 2016 music issue of Vice magazine. That issue has been altered, people. They Wedge altered it. They Wedge off of that. Ed Opperman took his interview with Khalil Money down. It's so much stuff, and so many people have died since this stuff started. But people act like this a joke and this and that. I'm not trying to take it as a joke. I'm never making fun of it. I'm never doing ignorant shit when dealing with this. And when I talk to people, they totally ignorant of it. They don't know who Layla Wills is, the one that did the documentary. They don't know. They act like they don't know who Troy Star Terrain is. They act like they don't know who DJ K. Slay is. They act like they don't know none of this. But every time I go on a platform, they talk directly to me about me, and people, it seem to know you. Who told them you did anything with your niece? How do they know about this? Because obviously they know they talking about it. because Leaky was in the crowd and the rest of Khalil Money YouTube crew is in the crowd trying to destroy my name. Because that's why Khalil Money got this little crew. But Bam still in charge of the Zulu Nation. Brushed off the threats. So Camel went public. First on DJ Star and then on the Daily News. Dave Wedge. Camel said, I had no choice. He said, I didn't know why my video came back up, but it did. And when it came back up, there was a lot of threats here and a lot of threats being passed. They was threatening nigga life.
Ain't no grown man gonna feel comfortable with another man touching a little boy. Ain't no grown man gonna condone that or cover it up just because this is Bambaataa. We don't rock like that. Grown men don't get down like men of morals don't get down like that. When it was time for you to be stand up.
So that's one video. There's 3 videos to this. I'm gonna play all 3 of them if y'all will allow me. Now I just played the 2.
Said you can't just get Bam. You got to deal with the people that cover up for him, and that's the bottom line to that shit. Because anybody that
you got to get the people that cover up for him. Khalil Money is covering up for Africa Bambaataa. Layla Wills is covering up for Africa Bambaataa. Troy Star Terrain is covering up for Africa Bambaataa. DJ K Slay was covering up for Africa Bambaataa. Though him and Khalil Money are the first people to put out the information, they was quiet for 3 years. Troy Star Terrain took it, and they never did or said nothing about it until I brought Khalil Money out, and him and Troy Star Terrain got to fight. But I'm not a part of this because when I did that, Layla Wills hit me with a strategic lawsuit against public participation. And I'll show you some of that in just a sec.
that can stand next to somebody that'll cover up for a pedophile, you a piece of shit.
Right.
What they talking about, Bam? Everybody feel like it's my fault that Ron Savage, because he came after me. He didn't come before me. My video was out first.
You hear that? I straightened that out because Ron Savage was the very first person to come out. He wrote a book. It was out. Everything. Months later, her son got liquid courage, drunk, and came out and told the story. Troy Star Terrain held that against him. To this very day, that's the reason he came out. But he said he wouldn't come out if he murdered that boy. But he was forced out by Troy Star Terrain. So what do that tell you? If he murdered that boy, he would have never came out. That was his plan, to never come out. But he was forced out by Troy Star Terrain in that video. Y'all ain't never heard this conversation?
I took it down. When I took the video down, I didn't expect it to pop back up the way that it did. Why I let Bam off the hook?
Poppy, you just make a little bit of room for the brother. There's another brother here, Ron Savage. Poppy came out with the information first as he gave his story. Then they forced him to take it down. Then not forced him. My bad.
No, Cesare. Look here, bitch ass Hebrew Israelite. If you say that shit again, I get in your motherfucking ass, bitch ass nigga. You see how he humbling himself?
My bad. He agreed to take it down.
Hold on, let me make that clear. I'm gonna tell you why I took it down.
I said it wrong. My bad.
My bad, Mr. Hassan Camel, sir. My bad. That's how Hebrew Israelites get down. In late March 2016, Ron Savage made headlines when he became the first of a series of men to accuse Bambaataa in the media of sexual abuse. In back-to-back interviews, first with controversial radio host DJ Star on his YouTube channel, The Star Chamber, and later in the New York Daily News.
How did you feel when you seen Poppy that came out and you knew of his story? Was that part of the reason that gave you the strength to come out yourself? And how did it feel after you came out with it?
Notice what he asked him. Poppy came out first. Watch what Ron say.
I want to thank Poppy for the video that he did. I was told about Poppy's video, but I had never seen it. I have much respect for Poppy. That's Baby B.O. The original B.O., rest in peace. He was like a brother to me. You know, I was like his little brother. And I just wanted to say, you know, thank you, Poppy. But to me, this is just sidetracking the people. Go ahead. I'm going to let the people know that I was asked to retract my story. And I was told what to say in my retraction. I'd be damned if I retract anything.
That's right.
So Ron Savage saying they was asking him to retract his story and telling them what to say. That's why everyone that sticks up for Bambaataa is an actor. Layla Wills, Troy Star Terrain, Khalil Lamoney, Ron Savage, Hassan Camel, and everything else. Ron is still a part of them. They just have problems with the fact that Ron gave me some power in this whole thing. Because over the years, me and Ron had little run-ins and stuff, and all they want to say, oh, Ron and Carl is into it now. Ron would never attack me. He said it out of his own mouth. Will he or will he not? That's based on him and what he feel. And I never attacked Ron. Because he did some things I could easily attack, but I don't want to attack Ron. Because Ron is the only person that asks what happened to that boy. He did a video. I had the video up forever. I took the video down to preserve the video because just like the FBI called, they'd have been over here flagging the video trying to get it down. So let's keep going. Sound like I'm a part of this or what now?
Stand your ground, brother. If it wasn't for me and Poppy, people would not be coming out against the force. But don't get me wrong. Not everybody in the Zulu Nation knew.
Exactly. Yes.
See, that's why I told him Poppy was the star of the video. Just like Troy Star Terrain chose Poppy, Layla Wills chose Poppy. Because Troy Star Terrain and Layla Wills is over that documentary. That's why Star told her change the name of the documentary to The First Gay Family. Because he had say so in the documentary. Just that simple.
But then there's a lot of people that did. And I say, if Bambaataa's going to step down, then the people that hit this from the council
They gotta go.
that knew about it, they got to go too. That's what I came to say.
Exactly.
So that's part two. It's a 3-part to this. But I ain't gonna play the third part. Keep that naked baby off the screen. But we're gonna get back to the interview now. And you can see how the things that I'm saying, they was totally ignorant of it, but they should have been aware of it all. They knew who the hell I was. I was telling them who I was. But I ain't got nothing against them. Nothing against them. They did what I asked them. Give me an interview.
And so he been stalking you. What he been saying to you?
He just been trying to drive me crazy. He been saying everything. He attacked my African wife. He did a lot of stuff.
So who is this guy, Khalil White?
Khalil. Khalil Amani.
Who is he?
Y'all had him
Oh, Khalil Amani.
from Florida. From Florida.
Oh,
The guy that was in the thing y'all
He live in Colorado, right?
national news.
He live in.
Yes, he live in Colorado. See now, the brother in the red hat, he claiming like he ignorant of stuff. But he was. I seen you on the investigative report and all that because Khalil has been in the national news, and people had seen him before he popped up on this show. Now Don, he getting it because that way you see he stay in Colorado and stuff. But see, people supposed to know who these people are. I'm in the media. I'm starting stuff in the media and stuff, but I also know what's going on because I watch their show. I watch the Khalil Amani part and I watch the Ron Savage part because I need to know what's going on, and because that's a part of my work.
Colorado, correct?
Right. He lives in Colorado now. I'm the one that called in and he's like, oh, I don't want to speak to him. Oh, get him off the phone.
oh, his name Khalil Amani. You said Khalil White. His name
Khalil Amani.
It's Omani, Khalil Omani.
Yeah, but he said he the one that called in when he was on the show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but he threw me off with the name.
Right.
See, I never said White. That was done. That was the other guy that said White. It's always been Khalil Amani.
It's Khalil Omani.
So you say he been stalking you. So what's going back and forth? What's the deal?
Well, he won't. He got beef, but I don't know why he got beef. I believe he sold his soul to Layla Fields, One Star Terrain, and all the people that run that live over there on YouTube.
So does it have to something to do with the religious cult thing that he was involved with?
No.
It got something to do with
Africa Bambaataa in the Zulu Nation.
Oh, he talking about homeboy, the other kid. What's up doing that?
Ron Savage. See, they putting the story, they putting stuff together, but they I would say that they're not truly interested in it because I'm a nobody. I'm shadow banned. They never heard my story before, nothing about my story. The beat 139 Harlem. K. Slay is from Harlem. Sarnetta is from Harlem. It has a lot of Harlem connections. Even the guy that's interviewing me, Reef Royale, on the beginning of my life, is from Harlem. He's a Harlem NC. So, I mean, hey, this shit is woo.
Ron Savage.
Yeah, Africa Bambaataa in the Zulu Nation.
Yeah.
I got involved in it. Interviewed Hassan Campbell. He attacked my mother. We got into it. I was destroying him, and you started.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you had got involved with the Zulu Nation. So yeah, we're familiar with the Zulu Nation.
Yeah. So that's enough of it. I mean, I got frustrated, was going at the queen. Me and the queen always go with it. But like I tell her, see, I'm a very sensitive person. If we talking and I say something and you say the opposite of what I said, I'm taking what you said as an offense, as if you saying fuck what I said, and I don't like that. She know I don't like that, and I constantly repeat it, which she don't like that at all. Like, hold up, nigga. What the fuck your problem? Calm your bitch ass down. Cause see, she'll call me a bitch, and I won't blat her eye. But I got love for the sister. She's still my sister. I still got love for her because she's been in this with me for 3 years, and they've been attacking her for 3 years. Queen, where the fuck you at? Come on back up here and talk to me. But she said she had to go in a few minutes, so she might be gone. Yes. She's over there now talking to Khalil Amani. Let's go find it. Ain't no use of telling you about it. We might as well just find it. Show you better than there she go. Tell them your story, Queen.
I literally don't like when you allow me. Don't cast spells. Don't be a Khalil, because I sat right here and said that I was never. It's not my fault that your brain work and function another a certain way. And now I understand that you told me you next to the Mississippi River, and that's the type of water you drinking out of. So now I kind of understand why your brains is fucked up, because I sat right here and told you I not never one time was disputing your words. You just overly excited, and every time somebody open their mouth, you assume and you cut me off, and you don't even let me finish saying what I'm saying to even know what the fuck I'm saying. I got the fuck down because you asked me to come up here, and then you went to yelling and shit, and I'm half-ass asleep, trying to wake up, and I'm like, I don't have time for this shit, because it's like you called me up here to fight when I'm sitting up here actually having a conversation with you. I'm never disputing your words, and when I am, you better believe it's gonna be loud and clear. Israel, I don't agree with what you saying. Do I not? I only came up here to clear that up because you're up here cast spelling. Stop doing that shit.
Whoever taught you that term, cash, you sure be trying to throw it on me, but it's all good. Go ahead. Tell your story about the last 3 years since you've been around me, heard me saying, and the numerous of people that it came at you and caused you havoc and stuff. And you ain't even talking about the shit. You just with the nigga that's talking about the shit. Go ahead.
Almighty was the first person, of course. And yes, every time I try to bring up the topic and then it be another person that I don't know where the hell they came from reaching for me because I'm asking Israel Doctrine about what happened to that boy. I'm starting to notice it is a pattern though. They all them little demons, they seem to start, it roughens their feathers when you go to asking those type of questions. But yeah, Khalil Almighty has been the main person who's been harassing and stalking me ever since he seen me on over here by Israel. As soon as I got on his radar, he have not been able to let go. I mean, so to well, I was talking to my hand yesterday, and what he said made a whole lot of sense. It's almost as if he like for me to fuck him up. It's almost as if it's a sexual pleasure, because you know how some men, they like pain, they like for you to spank them, they like for you to beat on them, and little sick shit like that. Khalil got this sick sexual fetish of me fucking him up. It's almost as if he liked that shit. And with the way J Mike explained it, I was like, damn. Like, you kept saying the nigga like you. Like, yeah, but I ain't never think about it like on a level like that. Because I can't understand, ain't no way in the world I'm gonna sit here and let Israel Doctrine. If I'm sitting here talking about what happened to that boy, and I'm sitting here fucking with somebody, ain't no way in the world I'm gonna let Israel Doctrine make me lose my damn channels that many fucking times. It just ain't no, if I'm gonna lose my channel, I ain't gonna say he might get it done the first time, me running my mouth and shit. But after that first time, it ain't gonna be because of no Israel Doctrine, because I'm losing my damn channel, man. And I'm not gonna keep losing my channel behind the same person and chasing up behind the same person. And every time I lose my channel, I come back sounding like a sad, pathetic soul, like, I'm gonna leave him alone, I get it. No, the fuck, you must obviously don't get it.
You better than Michael Evans. The first time he said that shit to Michael Evans and he got his channel too, he didn't say that shit never again. But he don't know how to fuck with you.
Because that's why I said I believe it's then it's a sexual fetish. It's a fantasize that he's playing out in his mind of what I'm doing to him. He's getting off on it. He don't like it, but he like it. I think that's what happened. He didn't realize he liked it. But yeah, just imagine that for 3 years straight. Yeah, about 3 years I've been knowing Israel. 3 years I've been interacting with him. and it's been the Khalil Mahdi's, and then it was the Jay Lee's, where I didn't know where he came from, but then I learned that he came from over there with the doggone and Michael Edwards, and just all these different people that's coming out the woodwork that have a problem with me. Not per se because they have a personal problem with me. It's because of me having affiliation with Israel Doctrine. Yeah.
But yet people say I have nothing to do with this. But like I said,
I gotta go. I'll be back if it's still running. If it's still up, I'll click the link.
all right, so you can see how I've been involved in it for a while, since the beginning. 2016, I tried to get involved. Her son talked to Sanetta. He never talked to me again for a whole nother year. We was talking on Zoom, I believe, at the time, because I had a Zoom phone call, number and everything, and his name and his number was still in my Zoom account. And Sanetta had young Pharaoh on there, not young Pharaoh, but young Malachi Z. York. What's his Prince York? That's his name. He had Prince York on there, and Prince York had a picture with Africa Bambaataa. And so Prince York was claiming that he didn't know nothing about it. They was just at a birthday party. So they was talking, clowning, making jokes about it and stuff. I called her son and told her son. And that's how me and her son started talking again. He gave me an interview, and after that, he hooked up with Kevin Gillespie. And Kevin Gillespie told him to come on the internet and get this internet money. When I told him he should start a charitable organization, he'll make millions of dollars because he could talk to movie stars and stuff that's been sexual assaulted and stuff and have a big moment and make big money. But that's nothing he wanted to do, because the bigger he get, the more in danger he's in. Because the bigger he get, you can't get rid of me. The biggest Khalil the money get, he can't get rid of me. The biggest Layla Wheels get, Troy Star Terrain, all these people, they tied into my life, and you can't tell me I can't tell my fucking life story. You motherfucking lie if you try to come to me or take me to court. And they don't want to take me to court, because they take me to court, what's going to come out in discovery is going to fuck them niggas big time. Peace.
Call from Dallas Gills. To accept, press.
Peace, bro.
Peace. What up, bro?
I'm doing the show. You calling in to talk?
Yeah, I want to chime in. I got to watch back your interview, and
Go ahead.
I think it was pretty decent. It always could be better, but it was good. I think everything that you pretty much spoke on, you could prove. And that's the key to this whole thing, because a lot of what I've seen and what the audience, even some of the people, even the Queen and Kathy, everybody that kind of has been a part of this, got to understand that the simplicity of all of it is the Associated Press and the American jurisprudence, which in layman's terms is the court system, has been breached. It doesn't matter truly whether or not any of this stuff is true or false. It's really the ramifications behind the mishaps in the Associated Press that went on with Dave Wedge, Daily News, Fox 5, you got Lisa Evans. So when you look at just the AP, and we've been heavy on the topic of fake news, people got to realize this is highly apolitical situation. We've already had major news agencies settle out of court with Donald Trump for fake news. And this is a major political issue in our country as it relates to propaganda, misinformation, disinformation. Is a back and forth war. And when you look at all of the history from when Hassan first came out, what you just played, I was watching, a little bit before I called. It shows that the Associated Press was breached. Then when you add the court system to the situation with the slap cases and all of that, and even some of the cases that are still currently pending, the court system is being misused. the law enforcement, local, state, and federal law enforcement has been misused. From police calls, fake police calls, swatting, the whole sending videos and sending people to your house on false allegations. All of that stuff can be proven. So, of course, the boy, finding out what happened to the boy in the event that all of that stuff is true, that's still the main goal. But I like to deal with it ambidextrous or both ways, which is that it don't even matter if any of that was true. If it wasn't true, it makes it just as bad, because if it wasn't true, they shouldn't have reached out past the internet for people who they tagged in because they came out and asked for the community or just the whole globe to help assist them with this. They came out in the Associated Press. Ron Savage was on the Daily News. Hassan Campbell was on platforms like Sonetta, YouTube, and all of that, and they brought this to the community at large, and they asked people to help too, because at the time when they came out, there was really no law in play generally to deal with the aspects of what had happened to Ron and Hassan. That was the first argument. Ain't no law to do nothing. We need to band together as a community, find out what we could do. And at that time, the Child Victims Act was being pushed as well, and that got passed. So, the overall thing is, I think it was a decent interview, and yeah, man. I think that these people are in a lot of trouble. I'm going to keep saying that, because you just can't cover up these things. They've been trying for 7-8 years, but obviously it ain't covered up.
That's what I told him on the interview. That's what I told him in the interview. This shit ain't stopped because I'm still here. As long as I'm here, I'm going to tell my story, and my story evolves around that story because I'm in it. And that was their problem. They was calling themselves, trying to cut me out of it, talking about, oh, you just sit on your carport, you in your mama's basement and all this other stuff. Man, nobody give a fuck about that. The fact is, her son.
I mean, that's my point. If that's true, then they shouldn't have reached out past the internet. A lot of their arguments and talking points are really juvenile when you think about it. Because the simplicity of it is, if I agree that you ain't nobody, you sat on your mother's couch, you don't know these people, then why was they sending you stuff in your Facebook and the police to your house and bringing you to court for all of this stuff? And they definitely didn't bring you to court on the proper charges of anything that you actually did wrong. And you did nothing wrong. That's why they couldn't do anything right. They came with charges that didn't even line up. How are you stalking people over the internet? Now, there is a such thing as cyber stalking, but when you look at the fact that it was going back and forth, people was putting your photos up on their platforms and lying on you, their fair exchange is not a robbery in that sense of the matter.
Yeah.
Nobody was stalking nobody. So the fact that the courts were told the actual statute that they brought to court was stalking, that was already an error. And then when they doubled down and lied to Chicago police, and all of that was proven by the district attorney. I always say that. People don't understand that was a two-part situation, that strategic lawsuit. Because they hit you with an order to not continue to make any electronic exchanges with the person. But the fact that that person went and lied to the local police about you being on the internet with guns threatening them, and the district attorney picked up a criminal case, that's a separate matter, and that matter got totally dismissed. Generally, you fall in a 10 percentile. People don't beat. When criminal charges is put on people at the state level, it's very rare that they get a full dismissal.
But they effed up because they lied and they tried to put something on a righteous man. I ain't saying I'm the most righteous man in the world, because I'm a righteous man that do sin. Have sin, sinning at the point, and may sin in the future, especially if you fuck around and fuck with me. Because the thing is, I'm trying to do right. Leave me alone, because if you don't leave me alone, you're going to force me to do what the Lord told me not to do. That's the hold of grudge and this and that against my brother and neighbor and all the things that's of the flesh, the carnal mind. I'm trying to be spiritual minded and leave this world. I'm in it, but I'm not of this world. But if you ever turn me into this world, I don't get on demon time. I'm getting on Michael time. Because when Satan act up, the Lord sent Michael to go deal with Satan. Oh, you bad, but I got somebody badder than you, homeboy. Michael, get him. But go ahead, bro.
I'm going to say Michael's actually getting them now because everything that's going on in the high politics of the globe is aligning this thing 100%. The fake news, the charitable organizations receiving funding, all that is being dealt with by the new current administration. And what's about to really happen, I think people are thinking that the previous shows that they watched that we did was all banter. Donald Trump is aligning something that this world has not experienced, not in any of our lifetimes. People are going to jail. And inside of those things that are going to start to happen, this is tied into that 100%. Because there's no way that you can get around all of the similarities in the narrative. You got a charitable organization with people trying to cover up real crimes that involve those crimes would breach their mission statements as charitable organizations and then lose their tax exemptions, which will stop the insulation of the jobs that they're basically paying people to cover up these crimes. They're about to lose their funding because of what they did. This has always been about funding. Even the video you played, they was worried about jobs. Now, those jobs were security jobs, but the bigger picture is that these are charitable organizations that are supposed to be building community centers and things of that nature for the children, and this is what the adults running the charities is doing. And that's not just me saying it, this is the high politics. U.S. aid and everything Elon Musk and Donald Trump have discovered about the way that all the charities, all the NGOs are being funded is on the chopping block. And we already know that as it relates to child molestation and all of that, if anybody inside of an organization like the ones they form has that on their jacket, they're going to lose their tax exempt status.
So, Marcy Hammer, why you get involved with people that's going to make you lose your jacket?
Yeah, like if this was to ever be brought to any court and brought out in discovery, and all of these organizations is inside of this, they will lose their funding. Because when you look at their missions is actually to uplift the community. So when you're sitting out here and you got all of this stuff going on, I mean, that's the only critique I would have for you, which is that, like, everybody gotta remember what just happened. The guy Hassan Campbell allegedly got shot in Bronx River housing projects, in my opinion, terrorizing the community. The dude set up a camera in the housing projects and was screaming at all the people that live in the buildings, come outside with the shooters. And then he allegedly gets shot. Now, I know you ladies that you feel like that was a deep fake, but regardless, I like to agree with the adversary and say, all right, he got shot. So the most current thing, which is less than a year ago, that guy has produced has been domestic terrorism in a housing tenement building he don't even live in. And he got shot. So, I mean, they're doing a hell of a job running their propaganda, but it's not really working though. Because the reality of it is people have selective hearing, selective memory, but I like to jog everybody's memory to the latest thing that just happened. How did this stuff even happen?
Start from
if you go back in time to asking for the boy, we told him to get that dude off the internet. Since we said to get that dude off the internet, he's had all kind of debacles. Guns at his house with the local police, pulling out guns on cameras, going to the tenement building and getting shot. And nobody seems to realize that they were given the message to get that dude off the internet like 6 years ago when he had already threatened people's children. This is before any of this stuff is going on. So trouble because all of this is aligning. It's aligning perfectly to what Michael is doing. Because he's doing it like the highest level of the government and everything is aligning like dominoes. You see what's going on currently in the sports world with Shannon Sharp, allegations of rape. All of these different stories and things, they're trying to use the court system to minimize the Epstein files. We're going to do a show, too, coming up about the update. I'm going to give the people a quick little update on the D-class. The RFK files have been dropped. So they kind of changed some things around. I think they want to slow walk it. They're using your drip technique. They dripped out the JFK files. They just brought the RFK files. The MLK files are coming. But the big thing everybody wants is that Epstein client list. Because when the client list comes out, it's going to show the Hollywood celebrities and all of the people that were going to that island. And you don't think they don't got the videotapes for the blackmail, robbery, and extortion already? Same thing with Diddy. At the end of the day, there were tapes and all of that stuff. They got all of the evidence on these people. This went all the way to the Prince of England. The Prince of England literally was implemented in the Epstein thing, and he settled out of court with one of his accusers. Now, that doesn't mean that he admitted guilt, but he had to settle. So that shows you already, and he was involved with going to the island. So when that really drops, it's going to tie into Diddy, and then it's like everybody has selective memory that they were being told by Hassan and Ron and everybody when this first kicked off in 2016 again, that Bam Bada is a gatekeeper. You sat with Khan JB, one of the security guards with Red Alert, and he was breaking down what he saw when he was in Atlanta at the mansion.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, this is gatekeeping. This is frat stuff. We woke over here. And when I say woke, I'm not talking about the woke that they talk about. We really woke. We understand what's going on. We see the frats. We see the Masonic temples. We know Ron is a Mason. There's no slight on Ron, but he's an admitted Mason. We know Sonetta and them is Shriners and all that stuff. We know that Khalil is a Greek frat. We see the frat connection. We get it. We're just telling y'all we get it, and we don't care about that stuff. Y'all are the ones trapped in those cultures. Y'all are nothing but some cult hoppers. All of y'all. Y'all all hop to different cults. From Yahweh ben Yahweh to the Kemet, it ain't nothing but a cult. Cult. You dudes is trapped. You in fraternities and stuff that you got to take secret oaths and you can't talk about this stuff. Well, shame on y'all. Y'all shouldn't have got caught up in those organizations. You need to find a way to correct this thing, because when you reach out past the internet, when you use these charities to come out here with these fake news stories and people activate and then people get hurt, people is having strokes, people is dying, people is alleging people was getting murdered in the beginning of this. They playing all these games, man. It's not a game. Never was. Because you don't come out playing. We told them, we warned them about the LGBTQ and that they would put the P on the back of it. Now you got the LGBTQ trapped in the culture because you got them put the P on the back, and then you got the trannies running around. I don't know if y'all been paying attention, but the transgender movement is under attack too because they use them to do the school shootings and all of that stuff. This is a well-oiled machine, but like I've been telling everybody, this is a military state operation of epic proportion. This is bigger than the FBI. This is bigger than the DOJ. So all these dudes with these federal government ties, this is way deeper than that. This is military shit. That FBI talk is baby food. Whether or not dudes are snitching, that stuff, that's like kindergarten. We was doing that back when we said take it to the feds. That was how long ago? Like 4 or 5 years ago when it was hashtag take it to the feds. This thing is elevated to military stuff now. Because the military has always been what this is about. And these agencies and these charities that's doing all of this, they've been put on notice by the president himself. The duly elected president at that. So he's the commander in chief. Haters like it, love it or dump it. And all of this stuff they've been doing with the what happened to the boy thing is being shaped and molded into a narrative out of this world that's going to snap fit into something coming up shortly ahead. Because there's no way you're getting out of what y'all did. You could talk about what Carl said when he was 10 years old. That shit is bullshit. I heard the little narrative you gave your niece a hickey. When children are young like that, that's not even on the radar. Like how does that's bullshit. But I want to address it because I heard that too in your interview. Like that shit is bullshit. You were 10 years old. We talking about people that was claiming they was molested and in their 30s saying they took photos to kill other victims that were allegedly underage. I don't care if that's fake news or not. That's out of this world. Don't tell me about what somebody did when they were 10 years old with their cousin. That shit don't even add up.
Niece.
Nice try.
Niece, let's get the story straight. If you're gonna say it was my niece, I put a hickey on. What the fuck is that? I mean, who got a problem with it? I told my sister, and hey, everything is in the open.
But you were 10. The whole thing that I'm saying is you were 10 years old.
Yeah.
When I was 5 years old, on the side of the house, I played house with one of my neighbors, and I was kissing on her. And when kids are young, and then like I said, I heard you said you slept with her and all of that, and they try to elevate that to make that into something. That shit is bullshit. We talking about what happened to a boy that these people that came out here saying the community band together, we need your help. Bam is molesting people for 40 years in Bronx River, and we're going to be on the front lines, and we're going to tell everybody, and we're going to get rallied, and we're going to march, and we're going to do this and do that. That shit is what this is all about.
Yeah,
and
well,
the the Associated Press. So I just wanted to chime in on what I heard from your interview. Like I said, it was decent. But then the other stuff, we got to do a show though, bro. I'm gonna holler at you because you know we've been on our little one too. It's time to talk about the D class again because they thinking that they're gonna figure out a way to stop Trump. If they couldn't, a bullet didn't stop them. All them court cases didn't stop them. I don't think y'all gonna stop what's coming because Michael's on it. I'm gonna throw it like that. Michael's on it, and you ain't stopping Michael. And I'm talking about the holy angel that the Lord sent for his people to deal with y'all when y'all want to play the other side, when you want to do the devil's work and you don't want to agree that, what he did on the internet and
phone getting hot, something going on. I'm not hearing you. Your phone getting hot or whatever. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna hang up on Dollar. We're gonna do the shows that he talking about. I'm gonna let the Queen talk a little bit. Y'all see the request identification and products, all videos containing, read it, all videos. This is what she handed to the court. It don't say nothing about stalking people. Read me one time stalking in there. She was saying, this nigga talking about me and my documentary, blah, blah, blah. The last line said all email, text, videos, and any / all communication with any person regarding the homicide of TCS loan. She was trying to cover her ass and make sure that I didn't have no information on her. You got the flow now, Cream.
I just came back in trying to find out what even the conversation was about. So I'm still trying to catch up.
You have an opportunity to go play the show whenever you want to, unless somebody come over here and tear it down and say I was lying and putting up some, as we said, you can take a video down if you like good enough, they'll take it down. So
yeah, I left, I came back, I heard y'all was talking about Donald Trump, so that kind of messed my head up. So I was confused. I didn't know what y'all was talking about. So
all right, well, welcome back. We're about to go off the air now. You have an opportunity to go listen and see what it was about. All right. Let me see. Do I want to play a song? No, I don't want to mess up my AdSense. All right, y'all. Peace. Subscribe to the channel.
Throughout history, several historical groups and civilizations have been documented as having connections to ancient Israelite heritage while being of African descent. Here are some